Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have a special episode that's going to interrupt our usual Fun Knife Friday, but this is fun too, so don't tune out. We're going to be talking about the traveling knife, and the traveling knife is a concept that Tom at Knife Delights came up with, which is actually pretty cool. Where we take one knife, we send it around to a bunch of different content creators, and everybody kind of gets their take on it and stuff. But hopefully you guys will follow the series throughout all of the you know travels that this knife makes. So I'm hoping that you will like it. In my review of this, I was going to compare it to a couple other Stockman knives, because I think it's kind of cool how each manufacturer kind of has their own take on the three blades. They all do them just a little bit different. The knives are all constructed just a little bit different as far as like how the blades sit and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a really kind of a cool little comparison video. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. As usual, if I make any mistakes, let me know in the comments below. We always have a good discussion down there. So let's look at the knife in question, and that is this Elk Ridge knife. And so you see it's got this really nice little elk emblem on it, and I really like the cover material. It's really kind of a, they called it on the website a brown resin, but for me this has got more like copper and gold swirl pattern to it, which I think looks a whole lot better than brown resin, which just sounds brown, kind of plain, kind of nothing. But this has got a whole lot more color and depth and stuff, and in the sunlight it really looks cool. It has nickel silver polished bolsters and pins, and we have they listed it as stainless steel on some websites, but I was actually able to find one that says that the blades are 3CR13 MOV, which I thought that was actually very specific, so I'm going to kind of go with that because that was just a little bit different. Sorry about that for the zooming focus there. Anyways, what we're looking at is we have match strike pulls on here, and our three blades that we have a really nice long, almost a Turkish clip, at least I think it's a Turkish clip, clip point blade, and it says Elk Ridge right on the blade edge. I'll get it, let's see if we can get it to focus, so get a little closer for those of you on a small screen. There you go. Yeah, and so that's what that looks like. And let's see, on this side, I don't think it has a whole lot of stuff. It has the model number, the ER-953BR, and stainless and custom design. So there you go. But definitely a Turkish clip blade on there, which I think is kind of cool that they did something a little bit different. We have our sheep's foot blade here, which is very nice and sturdy. And then we have our spay blade, and so you can see how they did the spay, kind of a really kind of almost like a hawk nose type profile to it. When you look at it, at least I think so. I found this knife to be very comfortable to hold in hand. As you can see, I can get a full 4-finger grip on it. When we're looking at our specs, we'll do a little bit of some specifications here. For this spay blade, it has a 1.5 inch cutting edge, and it's a 1 3/4 inch overall blade, going back to the bolster. Then for our sheep's foot, we're looking at a 1 3/4 inch cutting edge, 2 inch overall to the bolsters. And then when we have our main clip point out here, if I can rotate the knife correctly, our main blade, you're looking at a 2 1/4 inch cutting edge and 2 3/4 inch overall to the bolster. Overall length of this comes in right at 6 inches. So just a really nice, handy knife. I didn't weigh this, but it's not a very heavy knife. I mean, it's a Stockman. It's not heavy at all. When we look at a roper, this is the Laredo Stockman in green bone. Or no, I'm sorry, this is the Chaparral. It also has the Turkish clip type main blade. So, like I said, it's kind of cool and interesting how different designers or different companies, do it. And all these are about the same size. We're looking at a knife that's 3.5 inches closed. But I just thought, it's kind of neat to see the comparison between a couple of different knives. So here you go for the sheep's foots. As you see, it's more rounded on the roper and much more of an angle on the Elk Ridge. And then when we go to our spay, you'll have to pardon me while I figure out where everything's hiding on all these knives. You can see that it's almost more like a pen blade on this one. I think it is a pen blade on this one, not a spay at all. But it does have kind of a little bit of a clip there for like a spay, but this seems much more like a pen blade to me. Anywho, let's go look at probably the most traditional of the knives here is the case, and it really has the pronounced sheep's foot standing up there, and that's so you could grab it with gloves, and also because it's one of the most used blades. So you want your most used blade to be handy. As you see this one here, it's much more buried, and I think that's partially because of the Turkish clip being here. They didn't have to raise this up as much, but I think your traditional ones, generally have the sheep's foot kind of raised up. Since we have the spay blade out, we'll look there, and the case I think has a much more traditional spay blade, which I like that style of spay blade. I think it looks good, and it's no doubt what you are using and getting with that particular blade. And then let's see, this one, as you can see, the all of them kind of have the long clip point blade. There's a little bit more bend in the body of the case that drops it down a little bit. It's much pointier on the Elk Ridge. And I think we looked at the sheep foot, but if not, let's do it anyways. And there you go. Once again, you can see there's much more of an angle. It's much more rounded over on the case. You'll have to pardon any traffic noise you hear in the side. I needed some ventilation, so I opened up the garage door a little bit, trying to get some cross breeze in here. Let's take a look at this Imperial, and it again is one that I kind of liked it, that the sheep's foot was kind of buried in this one behind the clip point, but I really like the shape of this Imperial clip point. It just really, I like that a lot. It looks really cool. It's probably the most, this and the old timer are going to have the more traditional clip point blades on them. We'll take a look at this guy here. Hopefully you guys will stick around to the end. Tom sent a really nice note. I might have needed to lead with that. Now you see the Elk Ridge is a little bit longer than the sheep's foot there, and so it's kind of interesting. But we'll read his note, and then you guys will find out who this is going to next. And like I said, hopefully you guys are enjoying seeing the differences between these different blades. And the spay blade on the Imperial, I like how that is too. That's a really nice one. And the Elk Ridge is good too. It's just different. And that's why I brought these out, because it's kind of a little bit of a different ones. Now the old timer, this is the 34 OT. This is actually the 34 OTH, so it has the D2 steel blades. But if you notice, the frame is a lot smaller. You know, you're getting a much smaller knife, and it's really a handy size. I really do like the 34 OTH. And so if you look at the spay blades here, they're still about the same size, but the old timer does have more of a pen blade shape than a traditional spay. And then when you look at the sheep's foot, we'll take a look here. You can see it's more straight as far as when we hold the blades like that, but if you see when it's in your hand, that angle that it's going to give you, which is slightly different than the angle here. This is more of a straight on one, but your blade's already at that bend, you know, which is going to help you to make whatever cut you're making. And then when we look at the clip point, it definitely is more of the traditional one, again with that angle to get you into the cut, because you're going to already be having that point down. You're not having to, it's kind of nice because the way you hold it, it's almost natural for your hand to follow, and you don't really have to crank your wrist over to cut with it, you know. So it is kind of a nice geometry. But that's the old timer, which is, you know, the smallest of the medium size Stockmans. Anyways, let's get to this note that Tom wrote, and I'll read it to you. He says, "Hello, RJ. Thanks for participating in this traveling knife review. You've done a lot for the knife community, including helping me to grow my channel." You're welcome, Tom. I enjoy helping out all kinds of channels. Please accept my heartfelt thanks. It has been great to get to know you. Thanks, my friend, Tom. Well, Tom, it's been great to get to know you too. Tom and I have developed a pretty good friendship off screen, and so I enjoy you know, chatting with him and talking to him. It's been really nice. He's a pretty awesome guy. I can't say enough good things about him. So he's done this traveling knife show, so as we'll send it around to different channels, and hopefully it'll grow our knife community a little bit stronger together, because we'll have a larger group of content creators, a lot of up and comers, a lot of guys that have been around for a while, you know. And it's good that we all, you know, bounce ideas off each other, get to know each other, and grow our channels, because you know, like they say, what is it, a high tide raises all boats. So I'm just another boat out there with the rest of you guys. So we'll just keep this thing going. The next guy in line to get this particular knife is Freedom Frog Gear. So Frog, this will be coming to you. I'll get it out as soon as I can, and I'll send you all the good tracking information and all that good stuff. If you are a content creator and you want to be involved in this thing, definitely contact Tom at Knife Delights, and his email is knifedelights@gmail.com. Let him know you're interested in reviewing this knife and making a video on it, and we'll add you to the list of creators that this will be passing around to. So that's it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.